Hi there, I'm Jeff Doyle, and welcome to this episode of Tracking 200. It's December 21st today. It's extremely cold, down about 5 degrees, so I'm hunting late season with the muzzleloader now. Had an awesome premiere of Tracking 200 Double Crunch on Thursday, so I appreciate everybody that tuned in, and I'm pretty blessed to be back at it again here today. So come into one of the spots that I like to hunt here in Massachusetts. It's pretty big woods, not as big as what you might get in the Adirondacks or northern New Hampshire or Maine, but still big enough to track. And so we've got about, maybe 6 inches of snow. It's been down for a few days, very powdery. It's gonna be tough to age a track. On the way in here, there's a spot that deer crossed this stream, and there's a whole bunch of tracks coming across, including one really big track. He's got a big long stride on him, and he's big and wide. So I'm gonna go down there, try to figure things out. It's possible that it's an older track. I'm gonna have to spend some few minutes on it to really start to pick apart the little details that tell me age. And one of those details is gonna be how much debris is in the track. There's just forest debris that falls out of the trees. And as the snow's been down for a few days, that's gonna pile up, and depending if that's on top of his track or if his track in the fresh powder has gone in and now there's no debris, that's gonna give me a little bit of aging detail. So we'll see if we can make something happen today. Anyways, it's a great day to be in the woods and a great day to already be on a big buck track. So with the snow being down now for a few days, there's a lot of tracks in the woods. And this buck track is not fresh by any means, but it is a whomper. That's a 4-finger track. So I'm gonna stick on it here, see if I can learn something about his behavior. And maybe I'll cut a fresher version of it or something else. Well, I was just back there kind of figuring out what I was going to do here. There's a lot of little fingers in the woods, and the deer are using these fingers to travel through the woods. But what I really want to do is get up on that ridge, and I decided I wasn't going to go straight up there. I was going to use these fingers, and that puts me on the path where the deer are walking, because it's a little crunchy. And so I started down here. I just got a nice buck track, and that baby's pretty fresh too. Chasing tracks in here. First I thought it was running because I had jumped one, but those tracks are running right towards me. Track's pretty much going every direction. My game plan's just gonna be to take it slow. Kind of crisscross, work my way up this ridge, because they might still be coming and going. I've always seen a lot more deer standing still than I have walking. bucks already. That's pretty darn good. Alright, so I've done my due diligence, and I am not convinced that that track there is the track of that big buck. Might have been the spike horn. You know, he was coming down off the mountain too. He's just a little bit ahead of him. Decent rub there, but I'm gonna go back. There was one track coming off this way, one track coming off this way. I took this one, and I'm gonna take that one. So I'll go back there, pick that up. It's very possible I see something else on the way, because they're in here pretty thick. I've never seen it like this. In fact, I've hunted here quite a bit, and those are the first 2 bucks I've seen. I always liked this country, and it seemed like there was a fair amount of buck sign, but I'd never seen a buck in here. I think 3 years on in this place. That is a big track right there. I can get my whole hand in that track. Let's go see where he fed. Look at this. This is exciting. Those beam marks right there. I just don't know if it's a buck I already saw. Well, I probably shouldn't, but something's drawing me to the top of this mountain, so I'm gonna keep going. This is a neat little knob. Just how open it is. It drops down into a little pinch point before it goes back up to the top, so I'll take it that far and see if there's any tracks in there. It's 1 o'clock, I gotta have lunch, but I don't like stopping for lunch. Even to take my pack off. Man, there's antler marks all over in here. Right there. This looks like a big boy. Right there. And then there. Look how far apart that is. Sure looks like a buck's rubbed that dead tree. Yeah, for sure. That's the first time I've ever seen something like that. Well, that's going to do it for another episode of Tracking 200. I came super close today. Boy, seeing that big rag buck and just not getting a shot at him, it's tough. That sight picture won't be leaving my memory anytime soon. Unfortunately, solo filming is a challenge, and it reminds me just how lucky I am to have got all the shots I have on camera. I want to say, because I think I picked up a few new subscribers with the launch of Double Crunch. We had the premiere on Thursday, and that was a ton of fun. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. I just want to say, if you're kind of new to me, new to what I'm doing, I've been a team member over at Big Woods Bucks for a number of years here, and those guys are great. They got a lot of good experience. They hunt very similar way, but they've got a lot of content that you might not have seen. So I want to mention they've got the website, bigwoodsbucks.com. They've got a Facebook page, an Instagram page, and they also have a podcast. And so check them out on the podcast. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell so you're notified each time a new episode comes out. And we might just get another episode of Tracking 200 in here before the end of the year. So we'll see you on the trail.